Be gone.
I am the Mega King.
Hey, sniff this.
Fatal funny.
Are there any other fatal funnies I need to know about? You ever wonder why we do the things we do? We start something not knowing where it'll take us. We wander this path trying to find something. Anything. A reason, a desire, a reward. Step after step, stumble after stumble. We try to find any excuse to stop, but we just keep drifting along. Until you come across something. Something impassable. Something that seems so unbelievably difficult you wonder if it's even possible. This obstacle, this mountain that sits right in the middle of our path, we begin to climb without knowing where it'll take us. And why do we want to reach the top? To continue on a path which still remains nothing but a mystery? No. It's to prove we can. We've made it to the end of the original trilogy, and if my ongoing ego death wasn't a sign, this is going to be a rough one. Mega Man 3 is often regarded as the hardest of the original NES trilogy of Mega Man games, if not the hardest Mega Man game period. Some of this difficulty is because of honest factors, but a lot of it is because this game was programmed in like 2 months and held together with Crest toothpaste. But the Pro Run series has brought me here today, and I have to beat it with the usual rules. Buster only, no save states or rewinds, and a game over is a full game restart. We've got 8 more Robot Masters to deal with, a whole new Wily's Castle, and a new set of challenges that might make my tummy hurt just thinking about them. But stick with me here, and I'll show you what it takes to become a pro at Mega Man 3. Our rogues gallery this time around is very strange. Like they're mostly composed of things you'd find in a junk drawer. How about top? Needle. Spark plug. Magnet. Oh, and don't forget Hard Man. It's too easy of a joke. I'm genuinely at a loss. But as is pro Mega Man tradition, we'll pick on the lamest Robot Master first. Which, is it even a competition here? I'm confused by the theming here. This is a top-based guy, right? Maybe a toy store or like a centrifuge. Something spinning, right? Nope, jungle. Glass jungle. Robot glass jungle. With cats. As far as I can tell, there are only 2 top-based things in this level. These funny little top guys and these top platforms that only appear in this one screen in the whole game. Gotta love the iconic Mega Man move of creating a whole mechanic for one screen and one level. But this level is a breeze, one of the easiest levels in Mega Man for sure. So instead of talking about this snoozer of a stage, I'll take time to talk about some new things introduced to Mega Man 3. Mega Man now has movement tech. No longer is he just jumper shooter, he's now jumper shooter and slider. Mega Man's slide ability is easily the best thing this game introduced to the series. It adds quick movement to your arsenal and the game is very well designed around the function. It's like maybe the only thing I can say it's well designed around, but it's something. Mega Man also has a new bestie. Long gone are the faceless magnet beams and item 1 to 3s. Mega Man now has access to Rush the dog, a robot dog who is also a spring. Bounce on your dog and he'll let you reach new heights and power-ups. But what does this mean for the Pro Run? This is technically an item, right? Like, this isn't Buster only. Well, I've decided I can use the Rush Coil, but only in super specific circumstances. I can only use it on screens where I can't progress otherwise. On screens like this where I could use it to get an extra life, I'm not allowed to use it since it isn't required. That said, I'm not going to count every time I'm forced to use the Rush Coil in this game, so my little graphic here can get a breather. But after a stage I've fully glossed over, we're now at the centrifugal centerpiece of the level, Top Man. Top Man, like his stage, is a complete snoozer. He'll throw 3 tops in the air that'll linger before launching at you. Slide under these. He'll then spin and dash at you. Jump over this. He'll then do the same thing. That's it. That's the fight. Well, an easy fight is no skin off my back. Beat his ass. From him we get the top spin, one of the strangest Mega Man weapons. Using it in midair makes you spin around, turning you into one big hitbox. What it doesn't do, however, is make you immune to contact damage too. It also uses an unreasonable amount of weapon energy on most hits, so that's cool. I'll give it 3 Bill O'Reilly.
Fucking thing sucks!
But now that Top Man stopped spinning, we can find our Nindo Ninja way.
I caught a cold in Top Man stage, so give me a break. It's been rough, man. Now, Shadow Man is a stage with some things to actually talk about. Pretty immediately in the stage, we run into a new face. This red guy who looks suspiciously like Mega Man and whose name I'm definitely not pretending to be in the dark about for the sake of this game's story. I'm sorry, story. Fights against this fella are dummy simple. He'll just jump and shoot back and forth across the stage. It's more of a test to see if you've got the handle on the slide mechanic yet. Slide under him and just keep shooting him in the back to send him packing, and blow up the floor. You'll then come across these lights out sections. I guess he is called Shadow Man. Don't be too worried though, the devs didn't add any pits into these dark sections to catch you off guard. We're on good standards right now, devs. Let's try to keep it this way, okay? Get to this bit where you need to bait out these parachuters and sneak on by into the lair of the harmful Hokage, Shadow Man. Funny to go from Top Man, the easiest robot master in the game, to Shadow Man, the hardest robot master in the game. Fighting Shadow Man Buster Only is an art form in and of itself. He's just predictable enough to not be unfair, but tricky enough to be a genuine pain in the ass. His pattern looks like this. He'll jump 3 times of varying height. After landing the 3rd jump, he'll then do one of 2 things. Stop in place and fire 2 shurikens you need to avoid, or slide to your current position. What you're going to want to do is keep distance so you can react to whichever attack he's going to do, since the jump timing to avoid both is completely different. Reaction speed is the main name of the game here, while also maintaining a solid distance from him. The best chance you'll get to shoot him is when he's chucking shurikens, but pot-shotting him while he's jumping around also helps out. He's weak to the top spin, which frankly makes this fight look super lame. Just bashing my face into him over and over again. Sucks! Dance in Shadow for a little while, and the little ninja will be put out to pasture. From him we get the Shadow Blade, a short-range projectile that can be shot in multiple directions. Think of it like the Metal Blade if it just kinda sucked. Rush also gains the ability to turn into a submarine. Why? But now that Shadow Man is Rasen gone, believe it, it's time to relight our spark. You know, I've actually really grown to like this stage during the pro run. I can even no-hit it now, so that's something. I am the Mega King! The main difficult part of this stage is this section with the rising barrels. You'll need to jump quickly across them so they don't fling you into the spikes. The first one is easy, but then it tosses you into another where you now need to contend with these floating nuts. Come on now. The trick here is quick tapping low jumps to get across these various platforms. It'll take some practice to get the timing down, but give it enough time you'll be moving different like me. To be honest, that's about everything of note in the stage itself. It's kinda simple otherwise. Lots of lasers and plug guys. But after a short and sweet stage, we're at the wired warmonger, Sparkman. Sparkman is simple but also super random. He'll jump across each of these 5 sections of his stage, randomly stopping to fire an 8-way shot and then a large bolt at your current position. You'll want to keep on the other side of the arena from him to make it easier to avoid his projectiles. Sneaking under his jumps around here to ensure a safe getaway. He's weak to the Shadow Blade, which does a healthy amount of damage, alright? I was so close to doing a full no-hit run in this fight, Buster Only, I swear, look how close I was.
We were right there, man!
From him we get the Spark Shot. A really strange item. It stops enemies in place, but unlike Mega Man 1's Ice Slasher, if you switch weapons they can move again. Practically useless, but a good weapon in some boss fights. 1 Bill O'Reilly.
Fucking thing sucks!
But with the Spark out, we can find a new attraction. Now, Magnet Man is also an acceptable starting point for Mega Man 3, but I'm just way too into bullying Top Man for that. His stage is just a little underhanded though. To start with, this dude is back, get him out of here!
Then we have to contend with the classic Mega Man tradition. Block puzzles. In this economy, these ones are stupid simple though, just careful not to get pulled under by these huge magnets. See, Top Man, this is how you do stage theming. Magnet, magnet, magnet. I can so very nearly beat this stage without getting hit, but this little top guy, who I just realized is completely absent from Top Man's stage, always sneaks a shot into me. But now, I've been pulled into the abhorrent attractor, Magnet Man. Like Top Man, he'll really only do two things. He'll jump across the arena, then either throw 3 magnet missiles at you, or attempt to pull you into him. Slide to avoid the magnets, or run away to avoid his attractor special, and you'll knock him flat in no time. He's weak to the spark shot, which turns this fight into a thorough jumping session. From him, we get the magnet missile, an actually useful projectile that'll move up or down to hit oddly placed enemies.
Great job.
But poles reversed, it looks like our next stop is going to be pretty hard.
Okay, whoever is in the duck suit, show your ugly puss.
I'm hard, man, and you're gonna have a hard time beating me.
Puss.
What does a hard man imply? Does it imply bees? Because there are bees here. You can be a chump and fight his evil swarm, or you can be cheeky like me and use Mega Man 3's terrible programming to glitch them out of existence by scrolling them off the screen.
Be gone.
I guess hard man implies monkeys too, because those are here.
The monkey!
Sneak up to them a bit and they'll just jump over you and you can run by. The Red Cretin has returned, with a raised platform no less. If you jump over his bullets here and slide under him, you can continue the tried and true strategy of blasting him in the back. He needs a better strategy, man. Maybe Strategy Man is his name, I don't know. But with that, we've crashed into the rigid Randy, Hard Man.
It's not even a good one.
Shut up. Hard Man will fire his hard knuckle and I can't, man. He fists? His move is he fists you? I feel like I'm taking easy bait here. Is this a trap? Trap or not, his arms will move at you and change direction once before he jumps at you. Buster only, there's a little trick you can do to destroy his arms. See, if you hug the walls on either side of the arena, when the arms pass you, they'll just be deleted off the screen because of the terrible programming, so they can't change direction and fly at you again. Jump both arms, then slide under him when he tries to jump at you, and get to the other side to continue the loop. It'll take forever, but after enough time, he'll go soft. Ew. He's weak to the magnet missile, which is easy to hit him with, especially when he jumps. From him, we get his hard knuckle. This launches out a large fist projectile that can be directed slightly up and down to fist anything above or below you. But now that we know who's hardest, we can move on to another slippery stage.
Good job.
I don't know what I expected from a snake-themed level, but I gotta give it up. A2 theme. You'll go up against a lot of snakeheads and skiers? Alright. Frankly, you can take as many hits as you need to here, since later the stage just decides to hand you a metric ton of health because I guess it feels bad for existing. Mega Man 3, you gotta have more respect for yourself, man. You can't just keep throwing annoying enemies at me and then handing me free health for no reason. Hypothetical, and I don't mean to scare you here, but what if you were on your way to work / place of local enjoyment and this large snakeums was positioned right in your doorway? What would you do? Look, I'm just trying to ask the hard-hitting questions here. Around the middle of the stage, we come across these little anomalies. This is a surprise box, a weird item exclusive to Mega Man 3. If you shoot it, it'll drop a random pickup, such as large health, a life, or even a E-tank. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. No way. Oh! Climb up here.
Vertical level alert, vertical level alert, vertical
Stop it,
level
it doesn't
alert.
count. Be careful on these cloud platforms though. If you're standing too far to one side, they can end up doing this. Crest toothpaste, everyone. But now I've slithered up to the preposterous python, Snake Man. Snake Man's fight, just watch this. Essentially all you have to do is fight over control of this middle pillar. Jump over him whenever he's about to jump on it, and reclaim your rightful place as king of the pillar when he gets off. You barely even need to worry about the snakes he shoots out, since you can usually jump them at the same time you jump over him. He's weak to, you guessed it, Also the Shadow Blade. So just use it with the same strategy to take him out. From him we get the Search Snake. It's a snake that climbs walls. This sucks. No bills though, because he's cute.
Fucking things.
Cute! Now that the snake has lost his head, we can start moving on double time.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Gemini Men.
Yeah.
I love this stage. This stage theme is so cool. Entering a crashed meteor and fighting the weird aliens and robots that have been placed inside is such a unique idea that's perfect for a cosmic-themed robot master. Also penguins. A lot of penguins for some reason. When you first get led into the meteor by that guy,
Hey, sniff this.
you can jump down and hold left for a chance to grab an extra life. This is extremely important to get right for me. We'll get into that later, but Gemini Man stage is probably the most important stage for the pro run. You'll need to shoot your way through these eggs and tadpoles. Are these robots? These seem totally organic. Mega Man, what are you doing? These enemies drop tons of items and barely do any damage, so mow them down.
Can't forget about everything that from.
Then I end up at this screen, a candidate for the hardest screen in the game. You'll need to make it past these rocket launcher fish and dragonflies while doing super precise platforming. The idea is to jump when the dragonflies start coming down to get them to stop up higher, so you can have an easier time making it across the platforms. At this point, the hardest part for me is looking at all these items I can't have due to my self-imposed rush coil limit. This sucks!
I need it.
But I still get an E-Tank at the end as my good boy treat. But now it looks like I'm seeing double in the realm of the Twisted Twins. Gemini Man. Gemini Man is one of the few robot masters I can think of with a multi-phase boss fight. I think maybe the only one in the whole NES era. He'll start by pulling out his exact double, and they'll run around you in a circle like this. What you want to do here is hit jump and fire at the same time when they're about to run into you so you can avoid them in the return shot they fire. Once they get to about half health, one of the twins will disappear and you'll be left with the final brother. Every time you fire, he'll jump, so just treat him like the dastardly red fellow where you slide under him and just keep firing at his back. Sometimes he'll fire a laser beam at you, so jump that and use your best DVD menu watching skills to avoid its bounces. Gemini Man's weakness? It's the Search Snake, and I get endless enjoyment of imagining them freaking out after getting a bunch of snakes thrown on them. From them, we get the Gemini Laser. A super slow laser that super slows down the entire game. Also, you can't fire another one until this one disappears, so, don't miss. Getting away from the Terror Twins, we can take a poke at the next stage.
Oh. Hey.
Thanks, I feel a lot better now.
I always thought this level was a pirate ship when I was a kid, but now I'm finding out it's supposed to be a construction site? What do either of these have to do with needles? The porcupines I get and the wall needles are a nice touch, but there are cannons, and is that a pirate ship rigging? Whatever, the level is easy. If you aren't used to the slide by now, you better be, since these sliding sections require at least a little bit of precision. Well, what's that? Subtle foreshadowing? And more Mets! I love these little guys. If I had 10 of them, they'd be loved well. And also I'll be named Percy, because I'm really bad at coming up with names. And then, oh wow, it's the end of the level. Is it just me, or are Mega Man 3 stages super short? Either way, I've poked through into the spiked sergeant, Needleman. Needleman is so weird. It's so hard to tell what he's doing or why he's doing it. The best way I can describe him is Metal Man if every so often Metal Man would just jump at you. He'll jump in the air and fire a streak of 4 needles. Jump over the first 2 and slide under the other 2. After that, he'll make a decision on if he wants to fire more needles or jump at you and dislodge his scalp. At that point, try to either slide under him or away from him depending on where you are. A Needleman fight can go one of 2 ways. Him jumping in place over and over again for no reason, or, oh dear god, what is he doing? Can he read my inputs? Why is he doing this? In this pro run, I got pretty good luck on him and jabbed him pretty easy. But there was a time I would have called him the hardest fight in the game. Not anymore. Not ever again. He's weak to the Gemini laser. If you're using it to beat him, just be sure to shoot him with it point blank so you don't have to wait around for the laser to bounce around if you miss. But from him we get the needle cannon. An honestly completely worthless weapon in this game. It's just a needle projectile. Fun fact, none of the robot masters in this game have the needle cannon as a main weakness. 5 Bill O'Reillys.
Fucking thing sucks!
Also, Rush can fly now, I forgot to bring that up. But with that, we can move on to the third Wily Castle. Wait, what? What's going on? What are these things? Oh, that's easy. This is simply the depths of pain itself. You know, you have to hand it to the Mega Man 3 devs. They had a lot of ambition when making this game. The downside, of course, is sometimes ambitions fucking suck! Before I get to the castle, I have to get through the Doc robot stages. That's these things, FYI. I have to revisit Spark, Gemini, Shadow, and Needle, and fight 2 of these Doc robot things on each of them. What are the Doc robots, you ask? They're the genius idea of what if you had to refight all the Mega Man 2 Robot Masters, but none of them actually worked right at all. That's right, all 8 Mega Man 2 Robot Masters. As much as I'd love to go in depth on each of the 4 individual stages here, there really isn't a point, as there isn't much to them. There's a bit where you have to use the Rush Jet and Doc Needle, so that's kind of annoying. Also, the only screen in the entire game where you're forced to use the Rush Marine is in Doc Gemini, so that's also weird. There's also a bit in Doc Spark where you have to use the Shadow Blade. But the star of the show are these absolutely abhorrent bosses. Why are they so bad? Let's break it down. Doc Metal misses the entire point of the original boss as there's no conveyor to fight on. Also, the timing of how he throws the metal blades is completely wrong and makes me unreasonably mad. Doc Crash's jumps are random now, so you can't run him in circles like in the original. You need to play around the center here, but also he just jumps more in general. They couldn't even get his jump timings right.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Fix your game immediately.
If you haven't been able to tell yet, these sprites are stupidly huge. So fights like Doc Flash, where you need to jump over the Robot Master over and over again, become a goddamn nightmare. Also, his gun not only fires at the wrong angle, but also bypasses your invincibility frame somehow. Doc Bubble is so borked, man. You could cheese the hell out of this fight just by bringing out Rush Jet while he's on the way down and standing on it. His AI glitches out and he stands there like a moron. Sometimes when you shoot Doc Heat, he just doesn't dash at you like he's supposed to and fires anyway. So looping him here is way harder than in Mega Man 2 for no good reason. Doc Air is probably the only Doc robot who's easier than his counterpart. He's still quite random, but at least now you can slide under some of his tornadoes to make it easier to get past them. Still an ass. Then of course, there's Doc Quick and Doc Wood. Alright, if fighting the original Quickman is like Double Dutch, fighting Doc Quickman is like getting Double Dutched by Mads Mikkelsen. He sits at the end of the Sparkman stage, and holy shit, look at him go! What is he even doing? He's jumping like a nut. What is that damage? Doc Quick is more or less unpredictable. It's random what he's going to do next, but his pattern looks something like this. He'll jump anywhere from 1 to 3 times. The angle and height of which is totally random. During his first jump, he'll throw out quick boomerangs at your current position that'll dart back at you after a second. After his 1 to 3 jumps, he'll run directly at you. It's so hard to get a beat on this guy, and if you haven't noticed, his contact damage is off the charts. Do you want to know the truth? I bet you're wondering why I haven't been counting my deaths up to this point. The truth is, I have. It's just, I haven't died at any point before these Doc Robot stages. That's right, I can no-death all the Robot Masters. Furthermore, what run do you think I'm on in the Pro Run? Considering the other videos, maybe 3 or 4? Nope, try 12. This is attempt number 12 of the Pro Run here. All of the other runs were lost to the Doc Robots here. Don't ever say I don't take this shit seriously. Even after spending a whole day practicing this fight, I would still get tripped up by just how random he is. I lost 9 runs to this fight. 9 runs to this fight. My strategy ended up being to actually try to get hit by the quick boomerang, since their damage is relatively low compared to his Titanic-sized ass. I'd try to end his jumps on one side of the arena so I could slide underneath and run to the other side to avoid his dash, because hell no, I'm not jumping that. I consistently had to use one of the 2 E-tanks I could get before this point. Even then, after getting past this guy, there's another boss that people would argue is even worse. Doc Wood is a fucked up fight man. While Doc Quick is completely random, Doc Wood does the same thing every time. It's just absolutely brutal. Throw leaves in the air, throw shield thing. It's just so big. How do you jump that? And the damage, again, is insane. The strategy I've seen for this guy is to jump his first 2 shields, do this little shimmy, and slide under him to get to the other side to rinse and repeat. But it's so hard to do. What adds insult to injury is if you die to Doc Wood, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the Shadow Revisited stage, where you have to do this platforming thing. It's simple, but Doc Wood is where I'd also use my other E-tank. But even then, I lost 3 more runs to this guy. Look at this. Look at my video folder for Pro Mega Man 3.
So dark down here.
But after enough tries, I was finally able to make it past him and Doc Heat. This right here is what my Doc stage route ended up looking like. Starting with Spark, just to get rid of Doc quick early. Use one of my 2 E-tanks. Gemini ended up being very important here since it allowed me to farm a bunch of extra lives. Then I go to Doc Shadow to get past Doc Wood after filling up on extra lives. Then I take on Needle to close it out with 2 relatively easy Robot Masters. Despite this route, it still took me 12 tries to even get to Wily's Castle. And I'm not joking. This part of the game is Brutal Buster only. It is not designed for this even remotely. The bosses are insane. The stages are annoying. And it really had me questioning why I was doing this at all. But now I could see the light. The castle is here. And I can finally put Wily's head on the chopping block for putting me through all of this!
But first, Brickman. He looks awfully familiar. And I feel like I've seen those moves before. Wait a minute, Pickle Man!
Pickle?
But now the castle. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh no, right after Russia last element. Wait, that's what we've been doing? Top is an element now? Snake is an element now? Wily ran off with Gamma. Gamma? The hell is that? Oh yeah, this game has a story apparently, but it only exists in the game's manual because something crest toothpaste. Wily and Light were working together to create a mega robot that isn't Mega Man, called Gamma, to stop all crime or something, but they needed elements guarded by robots that Wily built but didn't say he built, and then bing bang boom, he steals the ultimate robot. Gotta stop him, now the castle, thank you!
You want to know the most ironic thing about Mega Man 3? The castle stages are so easy. They even gave me an E-tank at the start here as an apology, I assume. Apology not accepted. Watch your f***ing back. To continue the theme of breaking and entering in Wily Stage 1s, here we break in through the sewer, you nasty mega bastard. The boss here is Turtles. This thing shoots out turtles.
I can destroy you.
Shoot the turtle and it dies. It's also weak to Shadow Blade. I'm just so tired, man. Wily 2 is a rush jet-centered stage, so you'll need to get through by flying around on your bestie. They even give you a free life at the start and 2 E-tanks in the middle. I get as many E-tanks in this one stage than I did for all of the Robot Masters. This is great, I'm so happy. And pretty instantly, you're at the boss. A blank room, huh? I wonder what's going on. Oh my god! The devil is back! They brought back the Yellow Devil. And you know shit is dire when I think fighting the Yellow Devil again is a genuine reprieve. The Yellow Devil Mark II is an objectively easier version of the Yellow Devil Part 1. His blob pattern is easier, you can slide to avoid them now, you have at least 3 E-tanks, and his eye always appears in the same spot. He gets a new move where he bounces along the ground and you'll need to slide under them. But all in all, this is an easy devil. He's weak to the hard knuckle, so that puts him down early, and also gives me an excuse to use this dumb image again, so thank you. I, for some reason, used 2 E-tanks on him anyway though, so I really don't know what I was thinking here, but it's fine. You know, I realized I actually didn't write anything for Wily 3 in my original script, and the only note I have about it is Frogger bit. This is the Frogger bit. There's nothing else of note in the stage, and I'm not kidding. The boss of the level is Copy Mega Man times 3! 3 Mega Men will appear, only one of them is real. Try to find him and
Beat the piss out of your boy.
once you find the real one, all you need to do is mash the fire button as fast as you can. They have no invincibility frames, so you can lay into them as much as you want. And I'm off to the next bit. Time for the boss refights. By this point, I was so comfortable fighting every Robot Master, even Shadow Man seemed easy now. So I'd start with him, throw in a Snake Man or a Hard Man, and then do a Needle Man when I felt like I had enough health. And before too long, we're at the Wily Machine 3. Crab Robot? It looks like it sucks. But we're at the finish line, so I can finally be done with this damn game. His first phase is simple. He'll slowly crawl towards you with this cannon on the underside, firing Mega Man 1 style blasts. Buster only just mash, jump, and fire at his cannon over and over again. You'll bust up his first phase before he can even reach mid-screen. This phase is weak to Spark Shot BT dubs. That's when the second phase comes in. Normally this fight will look like this. Dodging these 2 shots that come at the top of his head, sliding under his big spikes when you get the chance, and using the hard knuckle to blast him away. Buster only, however, I really underestimated how hard this boss was. See, after he moves forward with both of his spikes, he'll drop down very quickly. This is the only chance I have to hit him. And I only do 1 tick a shot? That's okay. I have 1 whole E-tank. It's fine. It's enough. What I also didn't realize, however, was that these 2 shots he launches out of his head are on random timing. They can fire immediately one after another, or wait a bit, so basically playing around them is a nightmare. But I got a bit used to the timing of him dropping. See, when his second needle hits the ground, he immediately drops. So I'd time shots around that, loop that a few times, and... I lost. I got a game over to the Wily Machine? I have to replay the entire game over again? Failure is what makes us reconsider our paths. This mountain isn't worth it. It's pointless to even try, right? If the only thing that awaits us at the top is more mountains to climb, why conquer this one? Am I fine with failure? Am I fine with giving up? If I am, why am I still climbing? And now that the Wily Machine is defeated, we can finally put Wily in his place. What did I expect? After the Wily Machine, there's one more obstacle. The true final boss, Gamma. Gamma can only be beaten with items in true BS Mega Man final boss fashion. He starts with this little dude firing a single bullet at you. He looks familiar. Pickle Man!
Pickle?
Standing right under him, he can't even hurt me. With the Shadow Blade, I'd take him down in no time. Then, wait, is that? Fair play, Wily. Fair play. He'll fire a shot and then punch with this huge fist. Use it to get onto these platforms. Then we have a question. What item to kill him with? I could use the hard knuckle, but that feels a little lame. What about the search snakes? Seems a bit annoying to do though. Well, he is weak to one more weapon.
俺が信じる俺たちよ。人間を、未来を。俺は信じる。ドリルは、俺の魂だ。
After we get saved by the red fella, who turns out to be our twin brother Proto Man. Who would have guessed that? The pro run of Mega Man 3 and my existential crisis are finally completed. This was easily the hardest one yet, and it's going to take a lot to overtake it. The initial 8 Robot Masters are nothing, and the Wily Castle is easy too, but the Doc Robot stages in that machine fight are just a step too far. Mega Man 3 is not a bad game by any stretch of the word. If I didn't like this game, I wouldn't have dedicated so much time to it. But it definitely isn't built for the Buster only run. But I did it. Even if just to prove I can. To prove that anyone could. And frankly, now that I'm at the peak, the air feels really nice.